for GemmyD on Cars. Now I am at Klick Lewis Chevy Buick here in Palmyra, Pennsylvania, and we have a pretty badass ride today for you guys to review. We're going to go for a drive in this video. This is a 2020 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat Widebody. I think this is the best looking version of a Hellcat, plus, you know, the whole big supercharged V8. So in this video, we're going to go for a drive. So let's listen to this bad boy right here. All right, let's go. All right, yeah, listen to that. So I wanted to get that. I just got some gas because this car was on E. So we are taking off in the Hellcat Widebody. Now real quick, this is something that I don't notice, but I feel like it needs to be said. This seatbelt is like way lower than what I want it to be. I feel like that would be sort of annoying. Like it's just way down too far. But guess what? It doesn't matter. That guy almost tried to hit me. I have 707 horsepower underneath my right foot. Now, obviously, I hope you're coming from my other video, but this is a Hellcat with the 6.2 liter supercharged V8. I have driven two other cars with the Hellcat motor this year, the TRX and the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. Those were both hilariously fun, but those were big, heavy SUVs and trucks. Now, this is the smaller car. I mean, this is a big car, but I'm expecting this to be the fastest, the most fun to drive, the sort of most lunatic of the three. And also I'm comparing this car to the Shelby Mustang and the Camaro ZL1, which I drove last year. Definitely in this class, this is going to be the biggest and heaviest, but it also has the most power. I mean, the Mustang had a stick, which was fantastic. The Camaro was very scary, I will say. That car sort of scared me, honestly, but this thing is going to be insane too. Now, I said in the other video, I really firmly believe that the Hellcat Widebody is the best looking version of the Hellcat, but also it's going to be a future classic because I don't know what the future holds for Dodge. I don't know if they're going to do another Challenger. I mean, this car has been out, this body style of Challenger has been out in the market since 2008. We didn't even get the Hellcat until 2015, and this is a 2020 version. There's one right there. That's an older SRT. But anyway, yeah, this thing is crazy. This, like, out of all the other cars that I've driven this year, this is the biggest car I think I'll ever drive. It is just huge. I mean, unless I drive like a Mercedes S-Class coupe or something, this is the biggest coupe by far that I think I've driven. It is just huge. And I mean, I can see the double, you know, hood scoops in the front. The visibility is not terrible. This seatbelt thing is just very annoying. The mirrors are nice. I mean, you can tell that we're driving a big, huge motor car, but it doesn't vibrate. I mean, this build quality is decent. Some of the complaints that I've read about this car is the interior quality, and this is not bad at all. I mean, obviously you're buying this car for the motor, but just listen to this. And that was what, 2,000 RPM? We're gonna go try to touch that red line a little bit to see how it goes. But yeah, I think you could daily this car. I don't see why not. I mean, it is a big, heavy car, but you got all the, you know, creature comforts that you would want. All right, here we go. I still have a little bit of traffic, but oh yeah, that is amazing. And look, that is barely 2,500 RPMs. Like, that is insane. I mean, the red line is only 5,500, so, you know, you don't have very much in the rev range, but you have lots of grunt and torque to support that. I mean, 707 horsepower, 650 foot-pounds of torque, which is a shitload of torque. But I want to see if the tires are not completely warm. I want to see if the back end gets a little squirrely again. Okay, are we ready? Okay, right after this little road right here. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, it's a monster. It's like you gotta fight with it the whole way. Like, my arms were locked out trying to keep it straight. And that's I like it. I like that it sort of makes you work to get the performance out of it. And this Jeep needs to get out of my way. But yeah, the steering is pretty heavy, and I was seriously fighting to keep it straight, and I did not do that at all in the other two. But I mean, the performance is just insane. I mean, 0 to 60 in about 3.7. It's not the fastest thing ever, but in a car this big and heavy, you know, you almost need to have 700 horsepower to get it going. I mean, it is just a monster, and you would absolutely roast tires all the time if you kept getting on it. But yeah, this is crazy. I mean, $80,000. You got to think about it like this: $80,000. You're getting an average interior, we'll say, but the driving experience and the power and sort of like the badass nature that go with the Hellcat. I mean, it's really not that bad. And this is a 2020. This only has 15,000 miles. Yeah, this is just, it's a hoot. Okay, I have a straightaway in front of me. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. It fights you. That was like a little bit of throttle, and it really fights you to get the power down. I mean, it's like a muscle car, obviously, but going around turns. I mean, if you plant your right foot, it's gonna go it's gonna go squirrely. Oh my God. I mean, you feel it is like a big, heavy car. But man, it's just it's fast as hell. It sounds great. I mean, what more do you want? All right, now we've switched to a POV view of the Hellcat. I mean, I'm gonna have to hold on tight to the steering wheel. So here we go. This thing is absolutely insane. All right, I should probably go into drive. That would probably be a good idea. But just how squirrely it is. But I think, I mean, if you want to set the fastest lap time, I don't know that you're gonna be able to do that with how squirrely it was. But the performance is awesome. I mean, this is really a special car. I mean, this is really something that I would not like seek out myself. Like I would go gravitate towards like an M2 competition or like an RS5 or something. But this is just crazy. This is a crazy American muscle car, you know, for the modern age. And I really think this is going to be a special car when all the other classics are all said and done. All right, we have some space, everybody. Here we go. All right, ready? It's just a monster. It really is fighting you, like trying to get out of its cage and unleash all the power. I mean, the rear tires are massive, and yet they still fight for grip. Ready? Oh my God. And I almost, oh shit, water. I almost hear like the exhaust more than I hear the supercharger whine. I feel like I heard the supercharger whine the most in the Trackhawk. Okay, this water is not good. We do not want water. We want dry tires and dry roads. But yeah, this is crazy. Like this is a good example of a car that you want to like put in the work. I mean, I get it. The tires could be cold. It's not the warmest day, but just when you get it to hook up and go, the sound is just fantastic. The performance is awesome. I mean, this is really a really cool car. There's like 2 levels of where you are in the gas pedal. Like this is the first level, like, and then when you really get on it, that's when it really got squirrely. Like it wanted to sort of step out, and I'm not going to do that until I get to the straightaway up here. But I mean, wow. Yeah, and honestly, I don't dislike the supercharger whine, but I like to hear the exhaust more than the whine. Which in this case, it was not like that in the other 2 cars, the TRX and the Trackhawk. I mean, this is crazy. Okay, that is something I've never had happen before. I floor it, and I'm going 65 miles an hour, and the rear tires get loose. That is insane. These are 305 section rear tires. Oh my God, my seatbelt is holding me back. And it got loose. I mean, if you absolutely 100% stepped on the gas and we're not going straight, you're going to be in a ditch somewhere. I mean, you absolutely have to be going straight if you wanted to floor it like 1,000%. Like, oh my God. I got the tires loose at 65 miles an hour. That is just insane. 1,000%, this is putting a smile on my face, and it would continue to do so every single time you step in this car. Just to go like this. Oh my God, this is awesome. I am laughing like a little schoolboy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh my God. Okay, I pulled over real quick. This is the most fun car I've driven out of the three, absolutely. But it's because it's the craziest. The Camaro scared me, I will say. On this straightaway, that car scared me. The Mustang sounded great and was fast, but it was a manual. That just had the greatest driver involvement of the three. But this is just, it's just a monster. This is by far my favorite car I've driven this year, you know, aside from the 911. But this is just putting the biggest smile on my face. It's just insane. So we're gonna go on a straight right here, and I'm gonna scream. I don't know, what am I gonna do? But here we go. All right, here we go. One last straight. All right, hold on. Oh my God. All right, I don't wanna go too fast because there was a cop car up here, but Jesus Christ, the thrust and how it pushes you back in your seat. I mean, this thing is, it is a good time, I'll just say that. All right, just got back in my drive of the SRT Hellcat Widebody. If you're interested in this car, you can come to Klick Lewis Chevy Buick here in Palmyra, PA. This car is on sale for $80,000. Big thank you to Zach and all my buddies here at Klick Lewis. Now, to wrap this up, I feel like I'm going to do a video in the near future comparing this car and the Shelby Mustang and the Camaro ZL1, but this thing is an absolute riot. It sounds the best out of the three. It arguably looks the best. I mean, this is a big, heavy car, but it's just mad. It's mad in every way. It's fast. It sounds great. The performance is crazy. I don't hate the interior. I think it's interesting. So this is definitely one of my favorite cars I've driven this year. The 911 was probably my favorite car. It's gonna be this year unless something insane happens. But this just puts a smile on your face, and it checks all the boxes. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at GemmyD on cars. I hope to come back here to Klick Lewis to do a bunch of cool cars. By the way, there's a CTS-V wagon right there, which is a monster. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.